work no more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah. Light the candle, put the lock upon the door. You have sent the maid home early like 1,000 times before. Like the castle in his corner in a medieval game, I foresee terrible trouble and I stay here just the same. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah. I don't wanna do your dirty work no more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I don't wanna do your dirty work no more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah. I don't wanna do your dirty work no more. I'm a fool to do your dirty work, oh yeah.
First up, on today's show, we have a story from Janie on airlines partnering to form carbon capture project.
Next up on the show, we have Padayachee on President Biden's visit to Massachusetts.
Lastly, to close off the show, we have Global Conflicts, hosted by Zack Stieglitz.
All of that and more on today's episode of Flyer News.
Life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Good morning, Framingham High. Welcome back to Flyer News. Today is a fantastic day 6 with periods running DABEG. I'm Mahid Cahn.
And I'm Ben Clayton.
For the past couple of years, airlines have been trying to find better ways to help reduce carbon emissions while still having the ability to fly.
Airbus and a partnership of more than a dozen airlines are working together to fund a new carbon capture project.
For more information on the topic, we have Janie Harris.
Everybody knows that air travel has one of the highest carbon footprints in transportation. However, Airbus and several large international airlines, such as Air Canada, Virgin Atlantic, and international airlines groups, and more are taking steps to reduce and possibly eliminate their carbon emissions. These airlines have signed letters of intent, saying that they have committed to negotiations about pre-purchasing carbon removal credits. These credits would be issued by 1.5, the Airbus partner which plans to build a direct air carbon capture facility in Texas. Direct air carbon capture is the method of taking dirty air and cleaning the carbon from it. The carbon would then be stored underground until it could be used again for production of materials or energy. The airline industry is committed to a common goal of net zero emissions by 2050. Airbus's Julie Kitcher commented, quote, "These first letters of intent mark a concrete step towards the use of this promising technology for both Airbus's own decarbonization plan and the aviation sector's ambition to achieve net zero carbon emissions." End quote. The problem now is, will the technology work? Direct air carbon capture facilities have worked on a smaller scale, but when it is attempted to create an industrial-sized facility, like the one funded by United Airlines in 2020, the technology doesn't work as it's supposed to. However, 1.5 and Airbus are hopeful that it will all come together. Direct air carbon capture is just one of the ways that airlines hope to reduce their carbon footprint. Other plans, such as more efficient planes, sustainable fuel, and the use of hydrogen, are all working together to create a more sustainable air travel industry.
Recently, the President Joe Biden visited Massachusetts.
He arrived in Boston in order to speak about cancer moonshine.
He left the John F. Kennedy Library and Museum to deliver his speech.
For more information on his recent visit, we have Padayachee.
On Monday, which was the anniversary of John F. Kennedy's speech setting a goal to land on the moon, President Joe Biden visited Massachusetts to announce his own moonshot. Biden went to the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and Museum to speak about his initiative to end cancer. Beau Biden, Joe Biden's son, died of cancer around 7 years ago. This motivated the president to put in place the Cancer Moonshot goal to eliminate cancer. Biden's goal is to cut down the death rate of cancer by at least 50% over the next 25 years. He also claims that he strives to improve the experience of anyone who is suffering from cancer, including making it easier for their families as well. The First Lady, Jill Biden, and the President are putting more attention into cancer screening in the country. Throughout the pandemic, screenings were low, and they want to ensure that everyone has access to benefit from the tools and technology America has to prevent and diagnose cancer. While he's in Massachusetts, Biden will also discuss a bill signed in November, a $1 trillion infrastructure bill. This money will be used to fund many projects in the U.S. that include replacing lead pipes, rebuilding bridges, improving roads, and even expanding internet access for the whole country. This is the president's second time here in Massachusetts in recent months. His last visit was in July, where he spoke about climate change. The initiative of Cancer Moonshot will hopefully improve the lives of many people and ultimately work to get rid of cancer. That's all for me. Let's take it back to the desk.
A major cleanup effort is underway in Southern California after heavy rains unleashed mudslides that buried towns with boulders and debris. The mudslides hit a mountainous region of East Los Angeles that was scorched by a wildfire 2 years ago. Multiple homes and other structures saw varying degrees of destruction. The firefighters went on Monday, street by street, to make sure no residents were trapped. The mudslides came after a week of extreme weather patterns in California. The state endured a long heat wave with temperatures in many regions rocking past 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The wildfires left what's known as a burn scar that has little vegetation to hold the soil, making them more susceptible to mudslides.
Recently, famous rapper PNB Rock passed away on Monday, September 12th. He was most famous for his song Selfish and Cross Me, featuring Chance the Rapper and Ed Sheeran, as well as a song in the movie The Fate of the Furious named Horses, featuring Kodak Black, A Boogie with the Hoodie. PNB Rock passed away during a robbery gone wrong. Police say that the Instagram post from PNB Rock's girlfriend gave a tip to the assailants. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, the restaurant in which he passed away, makes it their sole focus to ensure that the safety of their employees and the safety of their customers gets many respects, especially to the family of Rakeem Allen, PNB Rock.
There's been a lot going on in the world recently,
especially with the Queen's death. Either way, it's way too much for me to summarize.
Luckily, we have global conflicts to update us on the events, hosted by Zack Stieglitz.
There is one sign the Soviets can make that would be unmistakable. Open this gate.
Hello, and welcome back to today's episode of Global Conflicts. To start, I wanted to say some of the headlines from this summer. Turkey had changed their name from Turkey to Turkey. Same pronunciation, but different spelling. The main reason for this was to disassociate from the bird also called turkey. Transitioning to Ukraine, Ukraine's military said it had retaken more than 3,000 square miles in the current war. Forces in Ukraine have routed Russian soldiers from the northeastern region of Kharkiv. The result was it forced Putin's men to retreat after the surprise counteroffensive. In other news, Pakistan has been hit hard by flooding. It's caused millions of people to be driven from their homes through waist-deep water just to reach safety. It also caused most of the country's crops, along with thousands of livestock and stores of wheat and fertilizer to be damaged. Now to my main story. I wanted to cover the Queen's death. Queen Elizabeth II was born on April 21st, 1926 in London. Over her long life, she had 4 kids and has been the longest-serving British monarch. Some of her accomplishments were serving World War II at only 13 years old. She brought great stability to England, she modernized the monarchy, and so many more. After the attacks of 9/11, she ordered her guards to break a 600-year-old tradition and play the American national anthem instead of the English one. Maybe take a moment of silence to remember her. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Global Conflicts. I'm Zack Stieglitz, and back to the desk.
Nice.
That is all for today's edition of Flyer News. You can rewatch this broadcast and others on our YouTube channel or watch them on the FEC tab of the school's website.
Also be sure to check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Framingham High Studios. But stay right where you are because you don't want to miss this episode of the Early Bird hosted by Casey Brewer and Zack Troderman.
For Flyer News, I'm Ben Clayton.
And I'm Mahid Cahn.
Have a wonderful Wednesday, FHS.
So hold me close and I'll surrender to your heart. You know how to give and how to take. You see every hope I love. You can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold and lonely light that shines from you. You wind up like the wreck you hide behind that mask you use. And did you think this fool could never win? Well, look at me, I'm coming back again. I got a taste of love in a simple way. And if you need to know while I'm still standing, you just fade away. Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. And I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Once I never could have hoped to win. You're starting down the road, leaving me again. The threats you made were meant to cut me down. And if my love was just a circus, you'd be a clown by now. No, I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know that I'm still standing better than I ever did. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time, picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
Oh, sorry. Wednesday. One of those days, man. We're just gonna have a chill day. Does that sound good, Zach?
Oh, it sounds great, Casey. Wait. You're in my seat.
You're in my seat.
No, you're in my seat.
Intro.
All right, Casey, what do you got planned for me? Anything fun?
All right, Zach. I have a small quiz for you.
Like quiz, like what?
Don't worry, it's not that challenging. It's just a small. I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. I'm gonna give you. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you 3 either news headlines or just facts. Right.
All right, so it's like 2 truths and a lie.
It kind of is. You have to find out what the lie is. Does that sound right?
Yes. So it's 2 truths and a lie.
Okay. So, pretty much. That's what it is. You don't win anything. I'm not going to give you anything.
Really?
We're just gonna,
not anything?
Nothing. No, we're just going to get started. I'm going to give you 3 of them, all right?
All right.
So, first. Recently, a squirrel knocked out power to 10,000 houses.
Okay.
Okay? There are now classes to be taken at college about Taylor Swift.
Well, I actually just heard that one. I saw it on Instagram.
And cracking your knuckles can give you arthritis. Which one of those isn't true?
All right, so the Taylor Swift one, I saw that on like an Instagram post. I'm like, oh, it's crazy, all like the diehard Taylor fans, and I'm like, I really don't, I don't really care, guys.
Right.
The knuckles ones, that's like always like people, parents, whatever, saying, no, don't crack your knuckles, right?
It, yeah.
I want to believe the squirrel one, but that has to be the lie.
You think squirrel is a lie?
Yeah.
Actually, it is not true that cracking your knuckles can give you arthritis.
No.
And recently, a squirrel did knock out power to 10,000 customers.
No.
So you are wrong.
Wait. So you're telling me everyone's been lying to me?
Yes. The next one that was impressive.
That was all the knuckles.
So we have one more for you.
All right.
Now, this one's kind of hard to comprehend, so you're going to have to stay with me.
Okay.
There's more time between the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Stegosaurus. Does that make sense? Between when they existed.
Okay.
Than there is from the T-Rex existing to humans now.
All right. Yes, that makes sense. That's a lot of words, but I get it.
Another one. Albert Einstein never failed a math class, ever.
Yeah.
And the third one is that Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire.
Like Oxford came out first or has lasted longer?
It came out first, before the Aztec Empire.
Okay. So the first one I feel like is way too specific. You're not finding that on Google. Right, so I do believe there's more time between those 2 dinosaurs than us and the T-Rex. What was the second one?
What was the second one? The second one was Albert Einstein never failed a math class.
All right, so I feel like that's really like, it makes sense. It makes sense. But guess what? My Spanish teacher, one of my old Spanish teachers, she said she failed Spanish. And now look at her. She's a Spanish teacher. So, like, it can happen. It can happen. So I want to say that's real, and therefore Oxford is fake.
Well, Albert Einstein actually did fail math when he was younger, so that is wrong.
I don't know why I said that.
You were on the right track, and then you completely
lost
just
it.
went to the other one.
I think I just forgot what I was saying. I was talking too long.
Yes.
Oh.
So, there you have it, guys. Zach got both of them wrong somehow. I don't know. And he's taken more AP classes than me. Somehow he's getting all those questions wrong. I don't get it, but we're going to go over to the pledge with Logan Swift.
This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me.
Thank you, Logan.
Now, before we go to the pledge,
announcements.
The announcements. I'm sorry, I'm really lost today. I feel just terrible after losing those 2 games. Announcements. I'm going to give you the little reminder we give you every day. Go to the link in our Instagram bio at Framingham High Studios if you want to make an announcement. And just added, as of 2 days ago, we have a new link that if you want to be a guest on the Early Bird, there's the link to sign up. So please fill that out, and Casey and I are going to reach out to you. It's going to make a lot of things easier for us, and it's a great way to get the community involved. But now, not the pledge, announcements.
Ping Pong Club is meeting today at 2 to 3 in the back gym. Bring your friends. Everyone's welcome.
Water is really great. But you know what's even greater than water? Singing. If you like to sing, join the Acapella Club, Tonal Eclipse, the premier acapella club at FHS. And if you want to join that, you got to come to auditions on September 15th.
Come prepared with a verse and a chorus of any school-appropriate song. Auditions will take place in room H104 at 2:15 tomorrow.
So true. Tomorrow. I'm so excited for tomorrow. Are you excited?
So excited.
So excited. Can't wait to see you there.
Hi everyone, my name is Melanie Serin. I'm the Sewing Club president, and this announcement will be in 2 sections. So, Lena over here will do the English, and I'll do the Spanish.
Hello everyone, my name is Lena Nguyen. I am the vice president of the Sewing Club, and it is happening today at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. in F122. And unfortunately, there are no late buses today, so you will need to come prepared with a ride. And if you're interested in joining, come to F122 and meet with Miss Heavey to get in contact with our president.
Okay, awesome. Buenos días a todos, yo soy Melanie Serin y soy la presidenta del Club de Costura. El Club de Costura está pasando hoy a las 2 hasta las 3 p.m. en el cuarto F122. Desafortunadamente no hay buses de después de escuela, que significa si quieres venir al club tendrás que tener a alguien que te recoja, pero si usted está interesado y necesita el bus de después de escuela, por favor pase por el cuarto F122 en la mañana o tarde para hablar con nuestra consejera del club, señora Heavey, para que se pueda contactar conmigo, la presidenta. Y no se preocupen, no se perderán nada y no empezaremos sin usted. Y no se olvide, el Club de Costura los tiene cubiertos en la mejor tela posible. Muchas gracias.
All right, Zach, I'm going to be honest. I can't hear a word in this thing. I actually cannot hear anyone else. But this thing is actually destroying my head right now. But it looks cool, so I'm going to keep it on.
I don't even know. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look cool. I'll be honest.
Yep.
If you want to rewatch this episode or any other episodes, link in the Instagram bio at Framingham High Studios. That's it for today's episode. Just want to give everyone a nice reminder on this fine dab egg morning that the early bird
gets the worm.